You built an AI feature, it works great, users love it, and then the bill arrives, and it is terrifying. Here's the thing almost nobody realizes until it's too late. AI doesn't charge you for using it. It charges you per token, per little chunk of text going in and coming back out. Which means most AI bills are quietly drowning in waste, tokens you are paying for and do not need. The good news: once you understand where the money actually goes, you can often cut your bill by more than half, sometimes by 90%, without your users noticing a thing. Here are 7 ways to do it, from easiest to most advanced. Let's go save you some money. Before the tactics, understand what you are actually paying for. It's 2 things. Input tokens, everything you send the model. Your system prompt, the user's question, any documents you attach, and the whole chat history. Output tokens, everything the model writes back. 2 crucial facts. 1. Output usually costs several times more than input, commonly around 5 times. Making the model ramble is expensive. 2, and this is the sneaky one. With every turn of a conversation, you resend the entire history. Turn 10. You are paying to reprocess turns 1 through 9 again. Long conversations get quietly, brutally expensive. Keep those 2 facts in mind, and the 7 fixes basically write themselves. Let's start with the easy wins, the stuff you can do this afternoon. Tactic 1. Use the right size model. This is the biggest lever, full stop. People default to the biggest, smartest model for everything, including tasks a tiny model handles perfectly. Classifying an email, extracting a date, reformatting some text. A small model can be several times cheaper, and on some providers, 10 times or more, while being just as good at the easy jobs. Save the expensive flagship for the genuinely hard stuff. Match the model to the difficulty of the task, not to your anxiety. Tactic 2. Routing, which is really just Tactic 1 automated. Put a cheap traffic cop in front. It looks at each request and decides. Simple, send it to the small model. Complex, escalate to the big one. Most real traffic is easy, so most of it never touches your expensive model. You get flagship quality only when you actually need it and pay pennies for everything else. Tactic 3. Trim the fat. 2 parts to this one. Shorten your input. Those giant, rambling system prompts with 15 redundant instructions. Tighten them. Every extra token on every single call forever, that adds up fast. And cap your output. Tell the model to be concise and set a maximum length. Remember, output is the pricey side. A model that answers in 3 sentences instead of 3 paragraphs is literally cheaper. Don't pay for words nobody reads. Now the medium effort tactics, and this is where the huge savings are hiding: caching. Tactic 4. Cache the answers. If lots of users ask the same things, and they do, why pay to generate the same answer over and over and over? Store it. The first time someone asks, you call the model. Every time after that, you serve the saved answer instantly for free. For anything with repeat questions, a support bot, a help center, this alone can gut your bill. You wouldn't recompute the same math 1,000 times. Don't re-ask the same question 1,000 times either. Tactic 5. Prompt caching. And this one is a secret weapon for anyone sending big, repeated context. Say every request includes the same huge system prompt, or the same long document. Normally, you pay full price to process that giant block every single time. But most providers now let you cache that fixed part. So after the first call, that repeated context is dramatically cheaper, often around 90% off. If you send the same big chunk on every call and you are not using this, you are leaving a fortune on the table. Go check your provider's docs for prompt caching or context caching. Turn it on. And now 2 advanced plays. for when you are operating at scale. Tactic 6. Batch the non-urgent stuff. Not every task needs an answer this second. Summarizing 10,000 reviews overnight, generating reports, tagging a backlog. Most providers have a batch mode. You hand them the pile, they run it when convenient and hand it back, often for half price. If you don't need it instantly, don't pay the instant premium. And Tactic 7, retrieve, don't stuff. Here's a classic mistake: dumping an entire document, a whole manual, a whole knowledge base into the prompt so the model has context. You are paying for all of it on every single call. Instead, use retrieval, that's RAG from my other video, to fetch only the handful of relevant chunks and send just those. Same quality answer, a tiny fraction of the input tokens. Stop paying to send 300 pages when the model only needs 2 paragraphs. One golden rule ties all 7 of these together. You cannot optimize what you do not measure. Before you cut anything, track your costs. Which features, which calls, which prompts are burning the money. You will almost always find a shocking amount hiding in 1 or 2 places. Fix those first. And be honest about the trade-offs, because there is no free lunch. A smaller model can be slightly less capable. Aggressive caching can serve stale answers. Batching adds delay. And writing to a prompt cache costs a little more than a normal call. It only pays off if you actually reuse it. So don't blindly apply all 7. Match each tactic to your case. Where can you trade a little speed or a little polish for a lot of savings? Do it with data, not vibes. So 7 ways to slash your AI bill. Right-size the model. Route your requests. Trim your prompts and your outputs. Cache the answers. Cache the context. Batch the non-urgent. And retrieve instead of stuffing. It all comes back to one idea. You pay per token. So every token you don't waste is money saved. Measure first, cut the biggest leaks, and mind the trade-offs. Do that, and the same feature that terrified you at scale suddenly makes financial sense. 2 of these lean on other videos, RAG, and running smaller models locally. Subscribe for AI engineering explained visually, and tell me in the comments, what is the biggest AI bill you have ever been hit with? Let's commiserate.